My name is Sophia. For most of my adult life, I lived a simple and peaceful life with my husband, Marcus. We were not rich, we were not famous, but we were comfortable, and for a long time, that felt like enough. We lived in a small, cozy house at the edge of town. It had a tiny garden in the front. In the mornings, sunlight came softly through the windows. At night, the house felt warm and safe. It was our home. Our days followed an easy rhythm. Marcus went to work early. I worked during the day as well. In the evenings, we cooked together. We talked about small things, work, neighbors, plans for the weekend. Nothing exciting, but nothing scary either. Life felt stable, predictable, safe. I believed we were happy. I truly believed that. Then, slowly, something began to change. At first, it was very small. I started to feel tired more often. Not the normal tired feeling after a long day. This was different, heavier, stronger. It stayed with me even after sleep. I woke up tired. I went to bed tired. Some mornings, opening my eyes felt painful. My body felt slow. My arms felt weak. My legs felt heavy, as if they did not belong to me anymore. I told myself it was stress. Work had been busy. Life had been demanding. Everyone gets tired, I thought. So I ignored it. But the tiredness did not leave. Weeks passed, then months. Every day felt harder than the last. Simple things became difficult. Standing for too long, walking fast, concentrating on my work. Sometimes my head felt full, like fog was inside my mind. I smiled at people, I laughed when I needed to, but inside, I felt empty, drained, as if something was slowly taking my strength away, and I did not know what it was. Marcus noticed before I said anything. He always watched me closely. One evening, as I sat quietly on the sofa, he looked at me for a long time. "You don't look well," he said softly. "I'm fine," I replied quickly, but my voice sounded weak. "You're tired all the time," he said. "You barely eat. You barely talk." His eyes were full of worry. "I'm scared something is wrong." I didn't want to scare him. I didn't want to believe anything was wrong. "It's just work," I said. "My job is stressful. I just need rest, that's all." I forced a smile. He tried to smile back, but his eyes did not relax. Days later, he spoke again. "Sophia," he said seriously, "this isn't normal. You need to see a doctor. Please. For me." His voice was calm, but strong. I could hear fear behind his words. I didn't want to argue, so I agreed. "Okay," I said. "I'll go." He looked relieved. Almost too relieved. Marcus found the doctor himself. His name was Dr. Blake. A friend of a friend had recommended him. "He's very good," Marcus said. "He knows what he's doing." Marcus even took a day off work. "I'll go with you," he said. "You don't have to be alone." In the car, he held my hand tightly. "You'll be okay," he kept saying. "Everything will be fine." I tried to believe him. Dr. Blake's office looked different from any clinic I had seen before. Everything was clean, very clean, too clean. The walls were white, the furniture was modern. The place felt cold, like a business office, not a place for sick people. Dr. Blake was tall. He spoke clearly. His face showed no emotion. He asked many questions: how long I had felt tired, if I had headaches, if I slept well, if I felt sad. I answered everything honestly. Marcus sat beside me, quiet, listening, watching. His hands were tightly folded. After the examination, Dr. Blake leaned back in his chair. He looked at his notes. Then he looked at me. A small smile appeared on his face. My heart started beating fast. I waited. "Mrs. Marcus," he said, "I have good news. There is nothing physically wrong with you. You are healthy." The word echoed in my head. Healthy? I felt confused. "How can that be?" I asked. "I feel exhausted all the time." He nodded politely. "All your tests are normal," he said. "This happens sometimes. Stress can affect the body. The mind is powerful. You should take time off. Relax. Maybe a vacation. That will help." Relief washed over me. I wasn't sick. I wasn't broken. I was just stressed. That felt easier, fixable. I smiled. Marcus smiled too, but for just one moment. Something strange crossed his face. I couldn't explain it. As we were leaving, Marcus stopped suddenly. "Sophia, wait here," he said. "I forgot something." I sat in the waiting area. The door to the office was slightly open. I didn't mean to look, but I did. I saw Marcus walk back inside. He didn't speak. He reached into his coat. He took out a white envelope. He handed it to Dr. Blake. The doctor opened a drawer and placed the envelope inside, quickly, without looking at it. Marcus walked out smiling. "Let's go," he said cheerfully. My heart dropped. Why would he give the doctor an envelope? People paid at the front desk, not in secret, not like that. Something felt very wrong. On the drive home, Marcus talked about holidays, beaches, rest, sunshine. I barely heard him. My mind was stuck on that white envelope, and a quiet fear began to grow inside my chest. A fear I could not yet name. After that day, nothing felt normal again. I tried to live as before. I told myself I was healthy. I repeated Dr. Blake's words in my mind. "You are fine. It's just stress." But my body told a different story. The tiredness stayed. It did not fade. It grew heavier. Some days, even lifting my arms felt difficult. I started waking up with headaches, strong ones, the kind that made it hard to think. But every time I wanted to speak, I stopped myself. Marcus said I needed rest. The doctor said I was fine. So maybe the problem was me. I went to work every day. I smiled at customers. I answered emails. I tried to focus, but my mind felt slow. Sometimes words disappeared. Sometimes I forgot simple things. I felt embarrassed, ashamed. I didn't tell anyone. One afternoon, while sitting at my desk, the room started to spin. At first, I thought it would pass, but it didn't. My vision became dark. My ears rang. I tried to stand, but my legs failed me. The next thing I knew, my head hit the desk, hard. "I was Sophia," I heard a voice, strong, worried. Hands touched my shoulders. I opened my eyes slowly. My boss, Mrs. Chen, was kneeling beside me. Her face was full of fear. "Are you okay?" she asked. "This keeps happening, doesn't it?" I tried to speak, but my mouth felt dry. I saw a doctor," I whispered. "He said I was healthy." Mrs. Chen shook her head firmly. "Healthy people don't almost faint at work," she said. "You need another doctor." Another doctor. The idea scared me. It felt like I was betraying Marcus, like I was saying he was wrong, like I was saying Dr. Blake was wrong. But something deep inside me knew the truth. What was happening to me was not normal. That night, I told Marcus about the fall. He rushed to my side. "Oh, my poor Sophia," he said. "You're pushing yourself too hard. The doctor told you to rest. Maybe you should take time off work." His voice was gentle, loving, but his words were the same, always the same. Rest. Never another doctor, never tests, never questions. That night, I lay awake in bed. My head hurt. My body ached. Marcus slept beside me, peacefully. I stared at the ceiling, and for the first time, I felt afraid of the man next to me. Not because he was angry, but because he refused to see the truth. A few nights later, Marcus was in the shower. Water ran loudly. Steam filled the bathroom. His phone buzzed on the table. Once, then again. I had never touched his phone before, never felt the need. I trusted him. But that night, my hands moved on their own. I picked it up. The message was from a number saved as Dr. Blake. It said, "The next payment is due next week. Please don't be late." Payment, not loan. Payment. My heart began to race. My hands shook. I opened the call history. So many calls, so many messages, all between Marcus and Dr. Blake. The bathroom door opened. Marcus stepped out. He smiled when he saw me. "Everything okay?" he asked. "You look pale." I forced a smile. "Yes," I said softly. "Just tired." He kissed my forehead and walked away. That night, sleep never came. Questions filled my mind. Why was he paying the doctor? What was he hiding? Was he lying to me? Was I in danger? My chest felt tight. Fear wrapped around my heart. The next morning, I made a choice. I remembered Mrs. Chen's words. Another doctor. Without telling Marcus, I searched online. I found a women's clinic in the next town. Small, simple, busy. I called Mrs. Chen. I told her I was sick. She understood immediately. I took the bus. As the bus moved, my hands trembled. What if this doctor said the same thing? What if nothing was wrong? What if I really was losing my mind? I felt sick with fear. But I kept going. The clinic was full of people, mothers, older women, young girls. It felt real, warm. The doctor was a woman named Dr. Rivera. She looked at me kindly. She listened carefully. I told her everything, the tiredness, the headaches, the dizziness, the fall. She didn't interrupt. She didn't rush. When I finished, she leaned forward. "You've been very strong," she said, "but something is not right. We need to check carefully." She ordered blood tests, brain scans, more examinations. "I don't want to scare you," she added, "but I don't think this is stress." The days that followed were painful. Waiting was the hardest part. I went to work. I smiled. Marcus cooked dinner. He said, "See, you're better." I nodded, but inside my heart was screaming. Finally, the call came. I returned to the clinic. Dr. Rivera's face was serious. She asked me to sit. My hands were cold. "Sophia," she said gently, "you are not healthy." My heart stopped. "You have an illness in your brain. That is why you feel so tired." Relieved but scared. I wasn't weak. I was sick. The illness is serious, she continued, but it can be treated. With medicine, people live normal lives. But treatment should have started earlier. She paused. Why didn't your last doctor find this? I took a deep breath and told her everything. The envelope, the payments, my husband. Dr. Rivera's eyes widened. That is illegal, she said. He lied to you. He put your life at risk. My husband, the man I trusted, had paid someone to lie to me while I suffered, while I doubted myself. I left the clinic in silence. The world felt unreal. I knew one thing now. I could not run anymore. The truth was waiting for me at home. The bus ride home felt endless. People talked. Cars passed. Life moved on. But inside me, everything was silent. My hands rested on my bag. Inside it were Dr. Rivera's notes. Proof. Truth. I felt empty. Not angry yet. Not sad yet. Just numb. When I opened the door, the smell of food filled the house. Marcus stood in the kitchen. He smiled brightly. "Hi, love," he said. "How was your day?" His voice was warm, normal, like nothing had changed. I didn't answer. I walked past him. I placed the papers on the table. Slowly, carefully. He looked at them, then at me. His face lost all color. "Sophia," he whispered. "I know," I said. "I know everything." He dropped into a chair. His hands covered his face. Tears fell between his fingers. "I can explain," he cried. "Explain?" I asked. "Explain why you paid a doctor to lie? Explain why you watched me get weaker? Explain why you made me doubt my mind? Explain why you played with my life?" He shook. "I was scared," he said. "So scared." "Scared of what?" I asked. "My mother," he said. "She had the same illness. I watched her suffer. I watched her disappear. When you showed the same signs, I panicked. I couldn't lose you." I listened, but my heart felt heavy. "I thought," he continued, "if we ignored it, if we acted like everything was normal, maybe it would go away. I know it sounds wrong, but fear makes people stupid. I found Dr. Blake. He needed money. I paid him. I just wanted more time. He didn't protect me. He protected himself. From pain, from fear, from truth." "Did your mother get treatment?" I asked. "Yes," he whispered. But you decided I didn't deserve it," I said. I looked at him. He felt like a stranger. "I love you," he begged. "That's why I did it." "I know," I said. "That is not love. Love does not lie. Love does not hide the truth. Love stands beside you." I walked into the bedroom. I opened the closet. I packed my clothes. Slowly, calmly. "Please don't leave," Marcus cried. "I'll fix this. I'll do anything." "The trust is gone," I said. "Every time I look at you, I will remember the lie. I cannot live like that." My bag was ready. I called Mrs. Chen. She answered immediately. "Come stay with me," she said. I opened the door. I stepped outside. I didn't look back.
Soon after, I filed for divorce. I started treatment. Some days were hard. Some days were hopeful. But every day I chose myself. Sometimes the people who say they love us can hurt us the most. Fear does not excuse lies. Love does not destroy trust. Real strength is facing the truth, even when it hurts, even when it changes everything. Today I am healing. My body, my heart, my mind. If something feels wrong,
Listen to yourself. Your pain is real. You deserve honesty. You deserve protection. You deserve real love. Never forget that.